It's the month of March, and I hope everyone has had a terrific month. I'm first going to start this broadcast off and say if you are under the age of 18, you should definitely not be listening to this podcast. So, our first letter is from a female in Wisconsin, and she writes, "Dear Jessica, how do I tell my parents I'm involved in sex work?" Now, as a sex worker, this is a tough situation. I'd like to compare it to coming out or dating someone who you know your parents wouldn't approve of. You really want to do it very carefully. You want to make sure that you are being honest, and you want to also make sure that you're not going to trigger any fights or anything like that. So you may want to do it in a public place, but not too public. And if you feel like, well, that's a little too much, then maybe you need to write them a letter and send it off to them and, hey, mom, dad, this is my choice. Because I don't think people realize that sex work is exactly what it says at the end of that career title. It's work. So regardless of how they feel about it, always let them know, hey, I'm going to be paying taxes. I'm going to be in a safe work environment. And you also want to know why they are against it. And that's really a key, is communication. Make sure that you're communicating effectively enough to where they can understand your side and you can understand theirs. But that being said, sometimes when you say things like this, your family gets really upset, and sometimes it can cause a sever where you don't see them. So this is where, when you do this, you really want to make sure that you also have a really good support system. So if you need to bring a friend with you, if you need to have that friend when you write that letter, that's going to be your key to getting through this, is having a strong support system. Whether that's one friend, two friends, whether that's someone spending the night with you when you decide to do this, so that way you have someone that's there, physically there for you. But it's a very touchy subject, and people get very weird about it. So you want to make sure that you do it in the safest way possible for everyone involved, and you also want to make sure that you do it in a loving way. Like, you don't want to get in an argument and be like, yeah, well, F you, I'm a stripper. Or F you, I'm a porn star. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that they understand that this is a choice for you, that you also have a goal, that you understand the dangers. Like, most people think when you get into sex work that, you're simple-minded or you're anal-brained or it's fast money. And, it is fast money, but you have to be able to know when you're going to start this, when you're going to get out of this, and what you're leading up to. What is this money going towards? Is this money going towards my schooling? Is this money going towards me starting a business, getting a home? Why am I doing this? And I think that's the key, is making sure that people understand that you're being smart with your choice. Because a lot of us make very silly choices, and we are not thinking. We're doing it out of an emotion. We're doing it out of anger, out of fear, out of lust, out of this. Make sure that your intention is made very clear to the people that you're coming out about. And once you come out to the people that mean it the most, they will rally around you. I came out to my parents immediately, and I wanted them to know what was going on, and I wanted them to understand that this was my journey, and I needed to be honest with everybody. And everybody rallied around me. Everybody supported me